Most musicians know Bach's Well-Tempered Clavier as music for the harpsichord or piano, two monumental books of preludes and fugues in all 24 keys. But what about the organ? Is it wrong, or perhaps surprisingly right, to play the 48 on an instrument with pipes instead of strings? Let's explore why organists of the past, and maybe even Bach himself, might have found that perfectly natural. In Bach's day, the word clavier didn't mean piano. It was a generic term for any keyboard instrument, clavichord, harpsichord, or organ. In other works, like his Klavierübung, Bach specified whether something was for organ or for harpsichord, but not here. The Well-Tempered Clavier fits almost entirely within a 4-octave range, from low C up to the C 4 octaves above, with just a few exceptions, such as the A minor fugue in Book 2, which reaches a deep low A. That range is identical to the manuals on the organs, harpsichords, and clavichords of Bach's day. So while he never wrote for organ, there's no musical reason it couldn't be played on one. Bach's title page for Book 1 tells us it was written for the profit and use of musical youth desirous of learning. This was music for instruction, but not in a dry academic sense. For Bach, teaching meant self-understanding and the pursuit of perfection. The keyboard was the ideal instrument for that, capable of showing harmony and counterpoint in their purest form. Whether the sound came from strings or pipes mattered far less than its ability to reveal structure. The Well-Tempered Clavier is almost beyond instrument. It's music about music itself. In late 18th and early 19th century England, the Well-Tempered Clavier was thought of primarily as organ music. English organs then had few pedals, but fugues automatically meant organ. Samuel Wesley, who did more than anyone to spread Bach's music, declared that although the 48 could be played on any keyboard, it is only on the organ that their sublime and beautiful effects can be truly heard. To him, the organ gave Bach's fugues a spiritual and architectural grandeur unmatched by the harpsichord. Playing the Well-Tempered Clavier demanded an equal temperament, where all keys are usable, a rarity at the time. So organ builders began adapting, extending pedals, experimenting with tunings, and modernizing design. Bach's music actually helped drive organ evolution, shaping the instruments that could finally do it justice. Enter Felix Mendelssohn, the great champion of Bach. He not only revived the St. Matthew Passion in 1829, but also made Bach's keyboard works central to his own artistry. He was amazed to hear the organist Johann Gottlob Schneider play the bass of the D major fugue using his feet. This revelation shaped Mendelssohn's 6 organ sonatas, which in turn re-established the organ as a concert instrument across Europe. By mid-century, organists like W.T. Best were performing WTC fugues in recital, sometimes with a droning pedal, depending on how their bunions behaved. It's hard to imagine Bach objecting. He constantly transcribed his own and others' works for organ, harpsichord, orchestra, or solo violin. For him, the instrument was a vehicle, not a limitation. Robert Marshall reminds us that Bach's use of the term clavier was likely deliberate, a way of keeping the Well-Tempered Clavier universally accessible to all keyboard players. He wrote music that transcends its medium. Not everyone agrees, of course. In the 20th century, scholar Erwin Bodke argued that the WTC wasn't suited to the organ. Too many arpeggios, too intimate a character. But even he admitted that pieces like the E-flat major or B-flat minor fugues seemed too powerful for the harpsichord and make perfect sense on the organ. Modern performers, from Hans Brandts Bays to Bernard Bartelink, have shown that the organ can reveal hidden depths, structure, space, and monumental clarity. Because the Well-Tempered Clavier is more than a set of teaching pieces. It's a cathedral of sound and structure. The organ allows us to walk inside that cathedral, to hear the counterpoint as living architecture. Its sustain gives the lines time to breathe. Its colours give each voice a distinct identity. Played with sensitivity and without excess grandeur, the 48 on the organ can sound both intimate and cosmic. It reminds us that Bach's goal was never virtuosity for its own sake, but clarity, order, and devotion. I think he would have smiled. Bach never limited great music by its medium. He valued understanding, discipline, and faith, qualities the organ expresses beautifully. Whether on harpsichord, clavichord, piano, or organ, the Well-Tempered Clavier still teaches us how sound can embody thought, emotion, and spirit. So next time you hear a fugue from the 48 echoing through a church, remember, you're hearing Bach's vision doing exactly what he intended, transcending the instrument.